Hello, PlayOctopus drivers. It's Alex back again. I'm with JC Smith. I'm going to introduce him more in a second here, but just like normal, let me get set up in just a moment. I just want to refresh my computer so I can pay attention if there's any live comments, anything like that. But JC, thanks so much for being in-house, man. I'm excited to sit down with you.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to start by reminding you, I remember the very first time that I ever met you and your company. And there's no way in hell, obviously, I wouldn't even ordain to say that, it'd be, you know what I'm trying to say, that you would remember. But
no, you.
It was a monumental shift in my life. You guys were like...
I might remember.
You were on the... right in front of like Pearl Dive on 14th Street, like where the hardware stores or whatever it is. It was this shirt. It was this shirt. This very shirt. And I couldn't believe it. I was like blown away by it.
Wow.
And I couldn't stop like talking about it that day. And then like my friends started calling me Mr. 202 because I was like, you wouldn't believe this shirt. It's the best shirt I've ever bought. And now it's like I'm not joking. I've got the shirt on. I've got the hat on. I could completely like wardrobe myself throughout an entire week in like a different piece of clothing of yours every day. So that's what I want to talk about.
It's much appreciated, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, I love it.
And I appreciate that help you gave me at Adam's Morgan Day.
Adam's Morgan Day. All right. That's so okay. Anyways, let me introduce, and then we'll circle back to these stories. And also, thanks Justin from yesterday. We're drinking your Atlas beer still. So love how this company operates here. Yeah. Drink local, exactly. That's the point. I know local entrepreneurs, and JC is one of them. Can you introduce yourself and I guess the proper pronunciation of your company? Because I always say it one way, and I don't know if it's the right way.
Definitely. So, I'm JC Smith. I'm a co-owner, Bailiwick Clothing Company.
Bailiwick.
Bailiwick,
Yes.
Some people say Bailiwick, some people say other things, but it is Bailiwick.
And what does it mean?
And it means your area of expertise. So, whatever it is that you do well is your Bailiwick. It actually derives from an Old English word that came like kind of from bailiff, right? So it was the bailiff's jurisdiction. So in Old England, the bailiff was the sheriff, right? And the sheriff has jurisdiction over the county. And so they'd say, to the bailiff, that's your bailiwick, right? That's where you're supposed to patrol.
The area of expertise.
And that's your area. And then, it became...
I love it. Yeah, that's so good. And is that an obvious question to start with? What is your bailiwick?
Yeah, that's a good question for me. So I think my bailiwick is, creating some cool designs, some cool clothes, and really just having a good vision of where to lead the company. So I think I'd say those are my bailiwicks.
So let's talk about that. Your company, Bailiwick Clothing Company. It's apparel. Is that the right wording to say?
Yeah, that's the right word. Yeah, apparel.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to get to the the start of this because. The point of these sessions, we talked to Justin yesterday, we'll be talking with another small business owner tomorrow as well. Our drivers are motivated individuals. They like the art of hustle is essential, whether it is driving or whether it's like driving to supplement a larger passion. Can you speak to your the inspiration for coming up with Bailiwick and where was the path to get you on where we're sitting here right now?
Definitely. So it came again, my brother and I. So my brother Jeff, he's part of it as well. And I don't know if you've met Jeff.
I've shook hands with him.
Yeah.
Not as often.
Cool.
I think
So I'm definitely more the face of the business. So about 10 years ago, and we started, and we were thinking about different T-shirt designs and things to do. And this was actually at a time, I say even 15 years ago. This is before I even got to DC. So, and we'll get to that.
Sure.
So, I'm not a DC native, but I love DC for very much. I've been in DC now for 12 years, so I've been here for a damn long time. I'm not a native. So
close enough.
Get that out there. But
I'm right on your heels. I'm like 11 and a half myself. So, all right, good.
Okay, you'll be there soon.
Well, never catch you, I guess.
So, so about 15 years ago, I'd say. Actually, we were in Boston. We were living up there. I was getting my master's and working on another job, and so we were just throwing some ideas around about like different clothes and different shirts. And we actually did, we designed a shirt for a company back home in Ohio. So we're actually from Ohio.
Wow.
We designed a shirt for that company, and it made them like tons of money. And we didn't get very much out of it, but we learned that we could do it for ourselves, right?
Right.
And while we're not designers by trade, we put in the effort to, kind of go to classes like 1776 and
wow.
yeah, and like take classes about design, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, all those type of things to learn.
You designed the first shirt, and then you're like, this was so great. Like, I know that I can be successful in this if I just have a little more know-how. And how did you know, like, how to seek out, like, the classes and that sort of thing? Like, 1776 is kind of exclusive, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good. That's impressive.
Once I really started thinking about wanting to do this, that's when you start doing the research and you start trying to find like what's out there. So at the time, 1776 was out there, and like General Assembly and like the Iron Yard and all those different Iron Yards not anymore, but those type of classes where you can learn to code and do all these different things. But I wasn't really interested in coding. I was really interested in learning designs, elements of design. And so started researching that. Started watching YouTube tutorials. Man, I can't tell you how many nights I spent up all night.
When that was happening, when you were doing this research, you're watching the YouTube videos and everything, did you have an idea of like, I'm going to start a DC apparel company? Was that your goal, the end goal for this?
Yeah, it was. I mean, so at that time, fast forward to when I was in DC. So originally, the design we did for Ohio was when we were in Boston. But fast forward a couple years to when I'm here in DC. And I got to DC, and I couldn't find a shirt that I liked, that I just wanted to wear.
I see.
Because, I'm not a fan of like the Skins or the Nat. Well, I'm a fan of the Nats, but
right.
But at the time, when I first moved to DC in 2009 or whatever, I couldn't find just a cool shirt that wasn't a sports team shirt.
I see.
And that's when I started to think, you know what, I can make our own shirts, And that was really also the time that you started seeing that increase in DC pride, right?
Right.
I remember
Obama just got elected.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It seemed like we could
young people moving in the city.
Change the world, right?
Yeah.
But I remember going to a party and seeing like 2 or 3 different girls with DC flag tattoos.
Oh yeah.
One had on her shoulder, one had on her neck, one had like the back of her neck, one had it on I think her ankle or something. And I was like, what? Like this is really becoming a thing. And you start even hearing people talk about 202. Not much, not often, but not as much as you hear people talking about 212 for New York, or 305 for Miami, or the 404 for Atlanta. But you start hearing people talk about 202.
Yeah, exactly. Area code. Yeah, hell yeah.
So I knew the area code was a thing, right? And so that's when really
what was what was the first design that you settled on?
Yeah, so the first design was actually the 202.
This one?
Original.
Oh, wow.
That was the original design. Yeah. So it's funny, kind of like hockey. I like to talk about the original 6 designs that we had. And so that was an original 6 design. The hat with the district.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, the district was an original 6. Actually, I think this District of Columbia was an original 6. And we had a couple more.
Okay.
We actually had one with the word Bailiwick with a heart and the DC flag in it. That one was original, and a couple more.
Okay.
But these are some of the original ones, and that was the first.
So when you got the original 6 design together or whatever, did you have a strategy also while you were putting these designs together? When did the company form? Like the designs came before the company, or where was that?
Yeah, the designs came before the company. The designs were in, say, middle of 2015, and we started the company early, like basically January of 2016.
Right.
And so we had the designs, and honestly, I mean, I had that 202. I've been working on it kind of off and on for even years before that. So like 2014, 13. So I started, tinkering with.
But the t-shirts, the design, no office, no storefront, no location, just gonna. What was the plan, the strategy? Was there something that was like kind of driving like where I'm gonna be, your knowledge of the city? How'd that?
Well, at that time, I really started researching the city too. To just come up with trying to get the history and figure out kind of what people were into in the city. So I knew, I needed to design like Chapa City, right? That was one of our original 6 designs. And then just looking at kind of every aspect of DC life, and but I can't say I had a ton of vision of where it would go from the beginning.
But why did I?
A couple cool T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. And when I saw you on the sidewalk, were you supposed to be there? Were you
definitely. No. So yeah, I mean, when
you have to get permits for vending like that.
Yeah. So at that point, when you saw me, that was in front of Ace Hardware.
Right.
And so I had the connection with Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
And so Ace Hardware, we signed up for a little kind of promotion program, and they allowed us to pop up there, once a month or twice a month.
Yeah.
We gave them a cut, whatnot.
Okay.
And so then they let us pop up there. It's like,
was that something that you arranged with them, like stopping by and knocking on their door and kind of working with the owner?
No, actually arranged it with some other folks in the kind of local maker community.
Yeah, okay. But making connections, right? That's the important thing. Is that networking. It always sounds so cliche, right? But it must drive a lot of your business. I have to imagine, right?
Oh my gosh, it does. And being part of the DC small business community has been a great benefit for us. So the owner of kind of the Ace, the Logan Hardware and the cool hardware stores is named Gina, and she's a big champion in the community for local business. And they're all locally owned for all these Ace Hardwares, and so they're big proponents of us, and they stock some of our shirts. Yeah. In Woodley Park and at 14th Street, they're big proponents of us as far as our Pride shirts, and so we sell a lot of those shirts through them. And it's just a lot of stories like that. Local.
Well, I mean, so many of our drivers are proud of how social they are, right? And I always try and tell them that's a strength that can take you beyond just tips in your car, right? That's keep in touch with people, I think, is a big takeaway, right? There might not be something now, but follow up, right? Just stay in touch. Volunteer to work at the festival when you got to go to the bathroom, right? That's I stopped by. I was at the festival, just walked. Oh, hey, there's JC. What's up, man? How are you? Blah, blah, blah. Are you all alone? Yeah, I'm all alone. I kind of got ditched here. Do you need some help? Well, I really have to go to the bathroom, and I worked the booth by myself because I knew how to talk about the product. I think I made a couple sales.
Yeah, you did a great job. So seriously, you saved my butt. I had to pee like a racehorse. And Alex came at the right time, and so that connection, just getting someone to
honestly,
stand in for me for
before that, I might have just been sort of the guy that stopped by, but I think that maybe that crossed us over the barrier. Now you're sitting here, and I think that I can use the word friend in the future.
Heck yeah,
here's my friend JC. Appreciate that. And I'm just trying to make the point to our drivers, as always. We want this to be a learning thing that. It's not just about just business savvy, and it's not just about knowing how to research. I mean, those are important things, and we build on that each day when we talk about this stuff. But I saw a big part of why you coming in here is your ability to connect with your clients is, unmatched, I think.
Yeah, well, thank you, thanks, Alex. And it's something I do take pride in, and I do put high up on what I need to do. I hope you're on our mailing list. You get our newsletters and whatnot. And I need to do better. I need to do more of them. But I really try to make connections with the folks that really are our fans and folks that love our products and have bought stuff in the past. And that's the thing. I think it makes DC smaller, right? I mean, DC is a big city, but it's a city of neighborhoods and it's a city of connections, and if you can build those connections and kind of everybody knows somebody, right? I mean, talk about 6 degrees of separation.
Right.
In DC sometimes feels like 3 or 4. I mean,
and a way to even make those connections shorter, or is something that is such a strength for your company, social media, right?
Yeah.
That's maybe like the way that you make the most connection, right? So what's your strategy? Or like you crush it on social media.
Yeah.
Is that you posting?
It's between me and Jeff, the two of us. Yeah, it's just the two of us that do it all the time.
Is there a planned out strategy? Are you guys just great at doing it?
I'd say we're pretty good at it. We're pretty good. We're pretty savvy with it when it comes to that. There's really no plan. I mean,
how much weight do you put on social media for the success of your business?
I'd say we put a good amount. I wouldn't say it's like half of our success or whatnot, but I mean I can't quantify it, but it plays a big role.
Mm-hmm.
We realized kind of early on that people like being on social media, and well, I mean, we weren't the first to realize that, but we realized that how that can work for us, right? That people are proud of their city and they're proud of their shirts, and that they love to wear it and rock it, and no matter where they go, and if all we can do is just repost like someone's post from they went on vacation in Tibet, or they went to Alabama, or they went to Puerto Rico or wherever.
I was at the Governor's Fest one time.
Oh yeah.
The festival, and you guys reposted my picture.
Yeah. I mean, we just honestly we get a kick out of seeing where people are wearing our stuff. You know, I mean, obviously we love it when it's here in the DMV, but we love seeing our shirts pop up at a festival in New York, or I mean, we see someone wearing it in California or whatever. Like, that is just really cool to us.
And I can imagine that maybe it's like times, like pick a number, and that's the right number when you've got a couple celebrities, like high profile people that will put your stuff on, right? Who's the top person that's rocked your shirt?
So.
You got a lot. I know that there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, we've got a good amount. Kind of funny. What put us on the map, as you know, was Bryce Harper when he was here with the Nats, right? He wore our 202, the red and white one, and actually today's his birthday. On the day today's literally his birthday.
No,
on the day the Nats,
I did not know that.
After the Nats clinched the World Series.
You will.
But much like an ex-girlfriend, hey, we wish him well, right? And,
that's interesting, actually.
He gave us our boost, right, to put us on the map. And
did he know what he was doing? Did he know that this is a small local company, or did he just like your shirt and was wearing it?
I think he liked our shirt and was wearing it. But you remember the first time he wore it he wore the hat that said "Make Baseball Great Again." It kind of looked like the MAGA hat.
Yeah.
So he was wearing our shirt when he wore the hat.
At
the same time.
I forgot about that.
And so, so that was the first time Bryce's. And then he wore the 51st State shirt. And that was right around the time where, Mayor Bowser was really pushing statehood, and it was really starting to kind of build. And so when he wore it, that was crazy too. So that gave us the next little boost.
Right.
And then since then, it's been, the mayor wears it a lot, or Congresswoman Norton, and a lot of the council members and whatnot.
Soccer.
But then we get, we got some, soccer folks, Ryan Kerrigan from the Skins. Regina Hall from Girls Trip.
Oh, man.
And then Dave Grohl. Remember Dave Grohl?
Dave Grohl wore it,
right?
Foo
Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was really cool. He wore that at a concert. Actually, at a couple concerts. He wore it.
I've seen that, I guess, from your Instagram, but then also I've been watching, I sent it to you, I was watching television one time, and it was a DC lottery commercial, just like the dancers in the background, I was like, that's Bailiwick. I see it right there. And I took a screenshot and sent it to you.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, we actually worked with the folks from the lottery.
Oh, you did?
About 6 months ago.
So that wasn't incidental. That was like on purpose to have those in there.
That was on purpose.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I like to be naive sometimes.
But it was super cool, and they wanted shirts to promote DC. I mean that was that commercial was all about DC. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so but I want to conclude this with like the success hustle that I think it's been undersold in this interview, like how hard you you individually work, and you and your brother, I don't want to take away from Jeff either, but like I don't think, is there anybody else that even works for the company officially? No.
Yeah, I mean, we have some.
Yeah, we don't want to. We know
some part-time folks that help us out. You know, as far as even we do most of the designs, but we have a little help. You know, some kind of iron out the rough edges and whatnot. And then we have folks that fulfill our fulfillment, because Jeff and I, we both have full-time jobs. Crazy enough. And I didn't know if you knew that before.
No, I didn't actually, which is so impressive, because that's what I'm saying, is that he worked so hard on this company. I can't believe that you have a full-time job as well.
It's pretty nuts.
I know.
The juggling act.
Yeah.
But so we have folks that will help fulfill our orders as far as the online stuff. So if you order something online, sometimes I'll send it out, but a lot of times I won't be the one mailing it out. We've got some help for that as far as like the warehousing and kind of all that stuff.
But it just, I mean, like the hustle of every free moment that you have probably is dedicated to this company, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, not every free moment, but a lot of free moments. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's definitely cost. I mean, the fact that when you want to build something and you're passionate about it, you got to make sacrifices.
Yes.
And I've definitely had to make some, and yeah, some were tough, but some were worth it as well. And so, continually seeing Bailiwick grow and seeing it, kind of take a life of its own, and seeing it spread around the city, I feel like it's definitely worth it in most cases. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of long nights. There are a lot of banging your head against the wall, and a lot of.
I just try and pound that fact. Yeah, exactly. Like over and over to our drivers, that don't get down. It's like literally, there's not a single. I mean, chapter 1, page 1 of every single company biography ever there were a lot of long nights, and we had to work really hard. Yes. And then we became Starbucks, or Bailiwick, or Octopus, right? It's just the way it goes. There's no way around it. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Exactly.
Sherian Thomas, that's our CEO, says that all the time to us.
Okay. Totally right.
Now I want to end this on my own selfish personal note. I have some suggestions for you.
Yeah. Please.
I know that you're a fan of the neighborhoods, right? So I love the neighborhood shirts.
So now we're doing neighborhood shirts. So
you got neighborhood shirts.
Start slowly growing there.
You got the zip code shirt, or the area code shirt. But what about the zip code, right? I think people might care about their zip code. I do.
Do you?
I know. Well, I do.
I'm gonna have to get feedback from folks because I haven't heard about a zip code.
Really, no zip code requests today.
Except for the people in my zip code that are a little bit nuts. 20003. Anybody, you guys out there in the Navy or Capitol Hill area?
Yeah.
They seem to be a little nuts about it, but they call it a 6.
I think that you could create the pride, right? You could be the company that creates the zip code pride, right? Break down the neighborhood barrier and create, or ward, maybe, and then ward t-shirts. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I want those as well.
Awards. It's funny because I've gotten more questions and requests for ward t-shirts than zip code t-shirts.
Okay. Well,
it's a thought. It's a good thought.
I like the numbers. I like the DC pride. I love your company.
Yeah.
I am really impressed with you, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you, JC, so much.
I do have one thing for you. I brought something for you.
You did?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah. You know what? Because this is cool. Yeah, do it right now.
Do it on camera. All right.
Yeah, grab that, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. It's my first chance ever to do it.
All right. Alright, so for those of y'all that have been living under a rock, the Nats just made it to the World Series.
Yeah.
So we reissued our Nats district shirt.
No way.
That is pretty badass.
That is awesome.
And so this is a new color that we didn't have for a while, the red, white, and blue.
Oh my god.
And so
this goes to me?
Yeah, it goes to you.
Oh, I love it. Thank
you. Guys can find it online at Bailiwick Clothing.com and at a retail store near you. But you can also find it on Alex's back.
And like Shopmade, right, is opening up today.
Yeah,
right?
Shopmade,
Your new location is
Shopmade's
today.
new location in DuPont.
Dude, this is awesome. And finally, I get to give you some apparel, an Octopus shirt. I'll give you the right size, but yeah, an Octopus shirt. So we finally get to switch it up together. But thank you for this. Thank you for being here.
It's like at the NFL games when it's a game and the guys give each other jerseys. They trade their jerseys.
So, all right, drivers, thank you for paying attention and watching out there. I'll obviously repost this onto our YouTube. I'm gonna and then write a summary, and we'll send it out to everybody at the end of the week as well. So, drive safe. We got another business owner coming in tomorrow for another breakdown of business tactics, ideas, know-how. JC, thanks a lot again.
Thanks, Alex.
See you guys out there. Bye.